Even we know that there are products, if meticulously a person goes through, it used to be for us also, but now there won't be for people. We don't have that. This is always the new side of it.
Best, the most.
Otherwise also is the way found that is it
The only problem is
take one chair.
ഞാൻ ഈ ക്യാമറയുടെ കൂടെ നിൽക്കാം. Don't count to me when I get there.
That is how it was conceived. It was not so. Okay, it is okay.
ക്യാൻഡിഡേറ്റ് അങ്ങ് എടുത്തു അതെ ഞാൻ പണിമാളിയില്ലേ അല്ല ഇപ്പം കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസം എന്നെ വിളിച്ചു ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Seats, students, galleries, parents, Toastmasters, WMC. We have a tradition of starting our meetings a tad bit. That's got to be better than that. Okay, galleries, do you have any strength inside you? Because you have a few lines by one of my favorite writers, poets, and for those of you who don't know Tagore, he's one of the most prominent writers of all time, who also happens to have written the Indian, is held high, where knowledge has not been broken into fragments and have wanted to break is fear. We're all here to be courageous and fearless. This evening is a memorable one for all of us, and this club holds the Toastmasters, all of us, with WMC's 500th meeting. Thank you. Please sit down. Stand up, sir. Please give him a loud round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. It was his idea to start WMC Toastmasters Club and dearly address and come here every alternate Fridays. So we have a very, very grand legacy that we're going to talk about this evening. But throughout this...
Yes, Dr. Deepak Abram, Chief of Medical, District 20 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Yasir Al-Ghazal, and District 20 Program Committee Director, Distinguished Director Khalid Jalal, our club founder mentor Matthew Men, and our club founder President, Distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Ramada Resort, Head of Program Committee, Distinguished Toastmaster Rekha Uttam. Welcome to WMC Toastmasters 500th meeting. Yes, and make close friends. It feels like another family. And that, my friend, is powerful. In Santana, California. Today, there are more than 16,000 clubs and over 300,000 members worldwide. I feel that actually I have improved. Not only wives are normally Toastmasters, okay? When they are speaking, don't evaluate them. Because your evaluation will be evaluated. What I learned, if you evaluate, better not to evaluate, be silence. Silence is virtue. Same thing. Because Toastmaster means it's not just a speech. Joke apart, my wife is sitting there. Well, I want to take a moment. Thank you for your leadership. To our members, thank you for showing up, stepping up, our guests. Thank you for being here. Your presence today reminds us of the courage it takes to be. And how can I forget them who support for the success of this event? To accept our invitations and grace the occasion. And thanks to all the members who sponsor, to our alumni, Joe Anthony, for sponsoring to this event. Also, I must thanks to our club members and special thanks to Mr. Vivek, Toastmaster Hita, Toastmaster Norman and Subramaniam. These are more than just mark in time. They are to empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. But our ripples far beyond this world. With that, let's begin the show.
Praboda, thank you for the inspiring speech. So, on account of our important dignitaries, Yasir, who's come to join us this evening despite his busy schedule and him being on a travel to Saudi, he just came in. DTM Yasir, a few words from your side.
To you all. First of all, let me recognize the presence of our Program Quality Director, DTM Khalid Jalal, who established this club, to Dr. Babu and DTM Rika. I always remember Toastmaster Rika because when I joined Toastmaster in 2012, she was our area director, and she empowered me. Whatever I reach today here, she has some fingerprint on that one. So thank you all for that. President of WMC, when he called me, he sent me 1 week back, because I told him I will be in Australia because we have a conference. Sorry, I apologize, I cannot come. But when I think for WMC, I cannot say no, because they are doing a lot of things for us. Barco Toastmaster, when it is established, the name Barco, it is sponsored by WMC. Today, Barco, we have 3 clubs, and the 4th one is coming in May. So all that one, it is because of WMC. So thank you for whatever you are doing for the leadership in our district. In the Toastmaster, we learn a lot. We say where leader is made. Communication is skill. A lot of things, listening. There is a lot of skill. When I talk about it, I will never end. But there is something also in the Toastmaster. Give additional to our professional life and professional skills and professional life. It is the family. Believe me, it is the family. You know, for a Toastmaster, if I stay in Barco, I don't go out the Toastmaster, I will know most of you here. I know them one by one. I have they are part of, I call them a brother or sister, or they help us. District 20, we have now around, can I say 1 over a club? More than that one, our region, the Toastmaster around the world, we go, we see them. So our family is become bigger and bigger. When we see someone in Toastmaster, whatever his nationality, whatever his religion, in a convention in Bahrain, in Kuwait, in our world, when you see the smile on his face, that's enough. It is relationship between them as we are a Toastmaster, we are talking the same language. Gabriel, you are the future. Or especially here, you are the future of Toastmaster. Believe me, you are lucky because you know Toastmaster when you are young. Maybe I know Toastmaster when I started work in 2012, which is very late, but it has changed our life. I'm trying my best to convince my kids to be there. I have 4, so 2 already. I succeed, 2 still, but you are lucky and you are in the right place because you are part of the WMC. We say the one who don't think the people, don't thank the gods. Thank you WMC for whatever you are doing, not for Barco only, but for Bahrain and District 20. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you so much, Dean Yasir Al-Qasir, for coming. Our beloved District Director for gracing this evening despite being really busy. And Khalid Jalal is also here with us, our DDN, who's always there for all WMC events. Thank you so much for joining us as well. So why is everybody talking so much about this gentleman? And then later I got to know that he is a very prominent personality in Bahrain, and yet humble and simple in his own style. So let's do a little bit of an internet search on this next person. What is a Google search of this person we're going to talk about? So, Dawn, can you open Google, please? Type in DR space BABU space RANA. Oh, there you go. Wow. So if you look at Google's search engine optimization, this gentleman's name pops up in the first 2 pages of all of Google with several articles and of course his professional. A man who's been here, founded this club, and yet mentors us at every step and tries to still do his speeches like any one of us and complete. And please come forward and share WMC at a glance.
expected this. But thank you for those very kind words of introduction. Chief guest of the day, Dr. Deepak Abraham, Chief of Medical Staff, American Mission Hospital. Mr. Yasser, who has just left. Mr. Khalid, then my old friend, Matthew Oman, the sponsor of WMC Toastmasters. My alumni of WMC family, present President Praboda and his team. Well, the list is long. The right-hand Cavaliers. I have exactly 10 minutes to speak about 500 meetings, correct? And 20 years of a legacy which we have laid. When I look at that side and see the young seniors of WMC Toastmasters, so many ideas flood my mind. It's difficult to comprehend or to go through the whole journey WMC Toastmasters has taken. But it's all because of the foundation laid by that table over there, consisting of many past presidents and also some of the who are on this table. Rekha, Suresh, Yash, everybody is there. I'm not counting the present generation and of course Matthew. We started off in 2003 with even greater enthusiasm for the first week. Went through several themes as the years rolled by. A few of them we remember is President Seef with his theme of being yourself, being original. Rekha, what was your theme? Do you remember? Reinvent yourself. The advertisement for Otis elevators who makes tall stories short. And he said the tall, handsome president of WMC Toastmasters with his theme, why not? The possibilities are endless. Srini with strengthening the roots. Job Anthony, the dynamic president of WMC Toastmasters, who had not any presidents except the present one, Praboda, and his team with passion, purpose. We always thought out of the box. I always agreed to disagree. And he used to play the bad cop and I used to play the good cop whenever it comes to making. And Rekha, who was there at all times helping us, advising, agreeing to disagree with her as well on many occasions. So it has been a roller coaster. There have been times when we had meetings with 10 members and would go. But we crossed all that. COVID time was a challenge, but we didn't. Tony, who was part of the WMC Toastmasters initiative. Haridas, who again, I must acknowledge his humorous speeches. And Namurti, our treasurer. And instantly, when money is the treasurer, it's very difficult to get even 100 fills out of that one. Subhasini, the better half of Srini, was also always of William Shakespeare's Othello, written by Suresh Karnagaran and directed by Rekha and team, which was a full-length play attended at the Welfare Club in Salabad by nearly 500 to 600 people. It had the support of the delegates. Honorable, can you please just stand up? A round of efficient effort is taken for the delegates. They look at him as a father figure, and Lena, his better half, who allows him to function without any restrictions. Lena, you are also part of that journey. Can I see? Yes. Since the first term in which I was the president, we never ended meeting on time. I have an ulterior motive to see that no meeting ends on time. We do learn moments of enjoyment. But we learn and we grow. And the best example I can think of, what was that building storage? In the Bangkok Club we had some program. I forget the name of that, but it was some WMC Toastmasters at that time. We had the short play competition, Faces. And I still remember just now, because I cannot leave this platform without acknowledging the support of Matthew.
dignitaries, and I received a lot of love all through these years. So when it all started, talk to me, Matthew, could you be the mentor? I intend to start a Toastmasters club, WMC Toastmasters. I have been talking to Dr. Ramada, but he is a bit reluctant. But I hope that I will persuade him to take up the presidency. And Dr. Babu has gracefully agreed to be the president. Something that he firmly believes will make a difference in the life of people. I have been a Toastmaster for, to put it short, it made me a better person. And I hope, and great potential was in Brahman. And they outgrew me very quick. But thank you. And it has been a very intimate experience for me. That it happened to be he nurtured, he guided it, and he made what it is today. He stayed all the way. And I think we miss his slogan, be ordinary. That difference has contributed to the fun of the club. It's one of the best things happened in my life. Thank you, WMC Toastmasters.
Thank you, Matthew. So, these bearers, Prabhu, I got a commitment from them. This is the way. Thank you very much, my dear WMCs. Thank you for everything. Thank you, everyone. God bless you. Amen. You are walking.
We've done several projects on WMC's memories, and one such thing is also going to be coming soon with this next presentation. Happens to be one of WMC's newest members, and yet one of the most prominent ones because of the kind of difference he makes through his
citizens came together as founder members who were also very. Now today you are consecrating the 500th milestone of this great created history. And still, I hope in future also. My best wishes, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to address you.
WMC's milestones, accolades, and some memories. Vivek, on to the captain.
It's about 23 meetings in any given year. It speaks volumes about Toastmasters and friends. I'm Seef, and one of the past presidents, and most of them became members. Our membership base grew drastically that any meeting would take more than 2 hours to be concluded. And even I wouldn't be surprised if
to keep it, and as the ex-VPPR, it'll be very difficult to not copy somebody else's creativity, and Vivek is. Thank you, Vivek.
But it's my privilege to introduce the Chief of Medical Staff of American Mission, Dr. Deepak Abraham, as you can. This was how he addressed us at our AGM. with his powerful speech which he presented. Long tenure and was even shortlisted for the chief, the topmost position in CMC value. He has now taken the reins of the mission, and AMX moves forward with trust, transparency and teamwork under the able guidance of our corporate CEO, Dr. George Cherian, and Dr. Deepak Abraham, our Chief of Medical Staff. And he asked me, do you still want to hear me? I said, the members have said so. He just arrived only last night, but he's here today. Thank you, sir. Please, with a round of applause, can I welcome? And in the applause, there is a louder than comes. Right. Thank you.
And seeing if I fit the bill. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity to speak. Am I audible? Yes. Yeah. Okay. The reason I have used this format of using PowerPoint goes back on the reason people use PowerPoint, right? To cover up the fact there's some deficits. I get away from that because I'm a Mac user and I use Keynote. So I don't say I use PowerPoint. However, I had no option today but to convert it to PowerPoint because I had only a Windows laptop. Can you see me as who I am? To make a decision which is beneficial for the common good of the person who you're addressing to. And I know which is what comes through what I heard many of the past Toastmaster presidents speak about. This was what we did. This is what we built in people. There's something deeper. And so that again comes back to the top where you are authentic. So having said that, the key three core, what do I call the points on this triangle of authenticity, 4 units of oxytocin, the hormonal is oxytocin. And so, and I know I'm speaking a little bit scientifically, but I'm telling you that it's not something you build on, it's something which comes, are not connected between your heart and your head. Top American car makers, GM, Ford, and others, and gave them 5 years and so many millions of dollars, but failed. So what did? They actually went trusting people to choose projects in which they work. Then it becomes their role to bring it back to me and say, we've been successful in doing this. Because always the thinking becomes the stepping stones for success for the organization. But you know, there's another part to it. You can give them freedom, but you also they need to be accountable. Accountable for what they do. Then you stretch beyond limitations beyond what they do normally. Then giving them recognition helps them to do more and more. Various games, but they have various team members. There's no job description to say you're fixed into one game or developing that game. What they do is, as my children are older, he's now 27, works with KPMG. The second one is a student at university. You fit them into what they fit, they do best. Now my kid, my life, and in 2 years as a leader. The most important is being vulnerable. Vulnerable is they have come well prepared. If I fit, they can catch me out. But when I say, listen, that's not in my expertise, not in my domain, but I can come back to you after I read and find out more. And the most important is this point, where you're willing to be vulnerable. A path which I have vision for this place, and that will help me get there. But the things I did not know had the opposite effect than I would have thought. It helped encourage, apart from all your skill building, also to say, building credibility through vulnerability. All our actions, word and deed, go forward for another 500 meetings. Thank you and God bless.
Deepak, and I would like to call Dr. Babu once again to felicitate Dr. Deepak for this evening's gracious attendance and the wonderful keynote speech.
Can I have Prabodha also?
Prabodha, please join us, our President, and Dr. Surabila Patali for our VP Ed.
WMC Toastmasters Club awarded to Dr. Deepak Abraham in appreciation of being the chief guest will celebrate the 500th meeting on 25th April 2025 with all our love.
Thank you, Dr. Deepak, Dr. Babu.
Feeling that I have not given them attention, I have failed. Right? Today, even computers, data entry, my degree of my consultation, and patient's perception. Right? Medicine is my ikigai. Have you heard of ikigai? You're a coach. What you like doing, what the world needs, what you can be paid for.
When a debate is debatable, we got a second code, which is debates concealed. Truth is revealed in solitude by Leo Tolstoy. Debate can be debated upon. And yet, what is an argument? Speak all the time. We have 8 members here, 3 minutes. But how it will go is in a particular manner. The affirmative team and the affirmative team, the team leader would come out first. So that's what we're going to be debating about is this without humans. So we are kind of debating our own existence here. It is a result.
States that the earth would be better off without humans, and we in the proposition strongly stand with this motion. I, as a first speaker, would be primarily focusing on how violence, ammunitions is creating problems among one manner. The one manner is getting rid of humans. Johnny, yes, Papa. Eating. Well, that is exactly how we have been treating the earth. We have been doing this to the earth every single day without realizing it. We keep off. As species, we have created a lot of bombs and munitions, everything that we could do to destroy this earth. And we haven't realized it. The weapons and arms and the Israel-Palestine conflict caused due to humans. Nature would be free to evolve. Animals would no longer go in hiding. We have created the means not to just destroy ourselves, but every single thing around us. But not my stance. Thank you, and over to you, respected moderator.
A powerful storm surged, overwhelming the existing defense systems in southwestern Netherlands. Over 1,800 people drowned. The Dutch, today's scientific and engineering prowess, embarked on the Delta Works project. It wasn't caused by the humans, but the Delta Works project became a testament to humanity's capability to address the natural calamities, even though we don't cause them. We don't cause many natural disasters, but our ultimate presence makes it a vital factor in the planet's long-term well-being. So yes, the earth needs human presence. It's the vast array of crops that probably would have taken a millennia to appear in the wild that we should. The Bar Global Seed Vault in Spitsbergen, which is a man-made seed bank, also have the sunlight paints the sky, and as darkness descends, do we crawl up and dream of dawn? Yes, the earth needs human presence. So while the critics dwell on our damage, we will prove our deeper impact in shaping the very rhythm of our planet in a way.
Earth isn't just a resource factory for humans. It's home to millions of species that have thrived for billions of years without any input from us. Yes, we have the ability by a killer asteroid that hit our dinosaur friends 60 million years ago. The question rises, could we even do that, considering our lack of cooperation within our own species? They could thrive by themselves. No rubbish in our oceans, no pollutants in the air, no noise pollution, no light pollution.
Do you think the earth will survive without humans? I believe it's a big no. Humans are an integral part of Earth's ecosystem. And potential negative consequences for some species directly or indirectly from going extinct. We create national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and protecting Earth from future threats. We are actively involved in intelligence and technologies like NASA's DART mission. We are tracking and preventing prominent renewable energy and green technology are allowing us to fight. It would be without potential, without protection and without phosphorus. We firmly believe that the earth will be a better place, not with the human absence.
Rapid increase in global temperature. Human behavior has been melting glaciers, diminishing ice sheets and causing sea levels to rise. Earth would have been a much better place without human-driven emissions. Man stayed trapped in our ecosystems for years, and it's estimated that over 8 million metric tons of plastics enter our oceans each year. Now, there's an interesting study by Denmark's Aarhus University on why certain geographical areas like the Serengeti, for example, has a more than average variety of large mammals. Any idea?
Human race. I have a question for you. Who here loves biryani? I see a lot of ice. No free food. Why? Because humans don't exist anymore. Some people say the world is not a better place without us and post this opinion on Instagram note and using internet. And who create? Think about waste. Well, we see waste as an opportunity. Humans solve problems and improve lives. Humans don't just create cool things.
Dinosaurs went extinct. Did we need humans to prevent that meteor? No. When that meteor hit Earth, the world did not end. It didn't need. In Hiroshima, a fungus started growing, you can say, for nuclear. And now even fungus has grown to absorb plastic. So now plastic will soon be biodegradable. So this just goes to show that Earth does not. The ground was also brown. Then the next picture showed a world without animals. The trees were green, but the ground was brown because the soil was not fertile. It was normal. It was green, the land was proper, it will prosper.
So with that, today we face with a dangerous idea that the world, that mindset forgets that we're not destroyers, we're trying to rescue it. In 2018, a group of scientists created a type of chemical that could, this is not a better place. It's a dead place with no heart, no purpose, no witness. The earth's beauty, it goes unnoticed. My worthy opponent, that is a basis point. It's their nature to kill for survival. The idea, you don't fix a broken system by erasing the people who can actually make a change. For over 10,000 years, a wild predator, the dire wolf, had gone extinct, completely wiped out. But as my team member already stated, if the proposition blames us for the endangerment, let them also credit us for the comebacks. The Bengal accumulation, as my third speaker posed solutions for, waste is only waste if we waste it.
But treat her like a landfill. She's trying to shake us humans off, and the proposition has exactly shown you are making people cry in despair, sob in despair. I remember watching a TV season, not at all. And that getting rid of violence is and has only one solution. Activities as stated by our second speaker, Purnami Babu. Our third speaker.
With that,
over to Sitara and Anila for your response. Thank you.
and the result was the poster competition. We got many entries, out of which our selected 6 entries or 6 posters. So today we are going to get a chance. The second speaker who will come here is Ikra Qureshi. Ikra. So the third participant or speaker is Gargi Saren. Let's give a big hand to our first artist who is going to come here and tell us about their poster is Gargi Sarangi. Gargi Sarangi. Please give a big round of applause. Welcome Gargi, and about her view about the poster and the theme of this poster.
Pumping oxygen, providing climate regulation and reducing the climate change impacts. We have countless marine species in the ocean. In fact, we have 94% and they produce roughly about 50 to 80% of the Earth's oxygen. Now that's a lot of oxygen which we are breathing, which comes through the ocean to protect our seas. But how do we put it in action? Because action speaks louder than words. So we can start off by conserving water. It's a painting where I have personified the sea and have shown how she's devastated by looking at her.
Imagine the sound of the wave, the sparkle of the sun on the water. The family celebrating a fun day on a clean beach and a beautiful underwater, vibrant life. Life is of negligence, ignorance and consequences. Every single bottle, straw, plastic that we put over ends up in the sea, and this or gets sunk to the bottom of the sea. So why wait for the change when you can be the change? What if we start a zero waste or zero plastic day in a month in our every community or in our school, or start a new tradition by our family, like a beach cleanup day, or by installing recyclation units, or regarding our behavior towards the nature. To protect the future generation, to keep this planet also for the new generation which is coming. So, every day we have.
That's wonderful, Teresara. This is hand-painted or digital?
It was my digital.
Digital, wow. So you must be very professional in handling your computer and putting your thoughts in some software and coming up with a wonderful poster.
This is very hard and with the help of online applications.
Oh, it's online paintings and they are using the online applications for doing this. Wonderful, congratulations.
All these creations that are being showed on screen here, these are not just posters, but cries directly from the heart of our broke planet. Now, when was the last time you stood in front of an ocean? The pure mystery and bliss in standing in front of an endless horizon. Now, slowly imagine that beautiful water suffocating and choking on plastic and all the waste materials dumped into the sea. The waves entangled, as you see in the poster, the waves entangled by plastic, and their powerful songs being silenced forever. You can see the vibrant corals turned ghostly white and skeleton remains of the fishes. So, actually, if you look at the poster, it's supposed you read it from left to the right side. But as a testament to proving that we can actually go back to a blue reality with fresh fish and species-filled ocean. So using ocean-friendly alternatives and reducing plastic usage.
Who all has their smartphones with them? With your internet connected? Let me see the hands. Okay, so this is more like a quiz. It's a very interactive quiz. So the questions will show up on the screen and there will be a set of options that you have to go for through it. And now the first thing you got to do is just open your browser.
Google Chrome or your iPhone. Just search on the browser for Kahoot. It's right up here. Kahoot. And the first option you'll see is that you don't need the app, you can just use the normal website. The Cavaliers are already stealing the spotlight, so thank you for participating, and I'll hand it over to our beautiful Master of Ceremonies, Emmanuel.
Good evening. In fact, I'm so happy to see the trees with full of quality fruits, the WMC Toastmasters tree. I'm thankful to inviting me, Dr. Babu. In fact, I just remember, I always remember, it was in 2002, the day of my marriage. During the marriage event, there is a blessing from the priest, The priest blessed me like that we have a lot of friends and a lot of blessings he gave. One of them was, then you get a lot of friends, good friends. And well, the themes especially of Toastmasters, it has touched me. The best in the themes which touched my heart was reinvent yourself. Getting a DTM is like getting another MBA. So all this together, I am what I am today, thanks to Dr. Babu, Dr. Suresh and everybody. Thanks to the current ExCom team as well. Right.
Please go today. It's fun to have all the mentors. Over to Vivek.
Thank you, Manuel. It's now time to figure out whether you really have the right. From the affirmative team, best speaker, put your hands together for Devantane Chakran. But team negative, they put a fight for the rest of us, isn't it? They didn't put a fight for the rest of us. Right, I was standing on this outside, now let me go join them for a photo. Tanishka. Tanisha, sorry. Tenisa. And any case for the first prize? The first prize is Gargi. Is it very heavy? Can I help? Well, congratulations to all three winners.
Yeah.
Alright, well done everybody, congratulations. Good luck with taking the plant back into whatever number of parts.
I have a script of list of members whom I should actually thank. Good evening, everyone. As we draw the
First of all, a profound note of gratitude to Dr. Deepak Abraham, Stephen, to address all of us with his words of wisdom and experience with the WMC family, it was actually elevated our 500 meeting celebrations, thanks to Dr. Deepak. And our gratitude to Dr. Babu Ramchandran, our founder president, cannot be expressed in words. It's his vision, it's his leadership, and it's his support that is actually laying foundation for WMC for all these glorious 23 years. So thank you, Dr. Babu. He's not here. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Babu. And a special thanks to DTM Yasir Al-Khasta for his words. The district have always been supportive to every WMC initiatives and for every other district members who have been here to bless our occasion. Toastmaster Ponnambalam and Toastmaster Hita Krishna for coordinating. A special thanks to DTM Rekha because it was an event which was done for the public and we had immense response from the public. And thank you those who have Toastmaster Dawn for that very engaging Kahoot session. Thank you Dr. Sitara and Dr. Anita and Gabriel Angel for that.
Even prepared us for GMAC, opening doors to incredible cultural opportunities. Let Ponnambalam Thirumalai sir and TM Hida ma'am, along with every single members of WMC Toastmasters, have played a role in shaping our journey. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Babu.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, sir.
शादी करने का कोई सही वक्त नहीं है। जो कर लो बस तभी से तुम्हारा बुरा वक्त शुरू हो। तूने इतना बड़ा झूठ कर दिया। बदतमीजी एक बीमारी, ऐसी बीमारी जो धीरे गाँव जब तक बुढ़ापा नहीं आता, थोड़ी बदतमीजी कर ले